We are live. We're live. We are live. How you loving? How you loving? How you loving? I'm KAISI. So good to meet you. They call me the Divine Midwife of Soul Destiny, Christian Rich, and an author now. 22 books on practical spirituality, coming to you from my office in Merida, Mexico. Oh my God. Mexico has been so good to me. I have to tell you, it's been amazing. Hold on, I'm going to get us on some, make sure we're on fast Wi-Fi, which we are. I had to double check that. Yes. Merida, Mexico is so freaking incredible. It's so freaking incredible. It's not even funny. I love it. I love it. Hey, Ujo Jad. How you loving? How you loving, family? Oh my goodness. Next week, which is what you're gonna be. Let me get my words together. Which is going to be the spring equinox. You all will be coming here for the spring equinox. Oh, so amazing, so amazing, so amazing. I'm so thankful. I am so thankful. I'm so thankful. How you loving, Cecilia? How you loving, Darla? How you loving? Oh my God. Oh, family, did y'all see that zany? Did y'all see that zany movie? Oh my goodness. I got to meet a television producer. It's so synchronicity all over the whole thing. Like, how do you just sit in Starbucks, meet a Hollywood producer who says, yeah, I just made a movie. Oh, okay. I was totally Forrest Gumping it, simply going by inspiration. You know, and he and his daughter made this movie, and I'm like, wow, like that's amazing. Y'all just decided y'all were gonna make a movie, and y'all did it. That is exactly what they did. They decided they were gonna make a movie, and they did it. Like, whoa, you know, kudos to that. And then to find out that the movie's magical, we're in this magical place. It's about the Mayan ancient cities. We're going to the Mayan ancient cities next weekend. It's got a sacred dog in it that takes you to the underlife. I mean, this thing was like amazing. You know, I have just never experienced anything quite like that. You know, this is what's on my journal. And that's exactly how I live. Like, that's exactly how I live every day. Hi, little family. Smash up the likes. Come on in. Can y'all see and hear me A-okay? Can you see and hear me A-okay? Let me know before we begin. Today, we're going to do some tapping. I've been wanting to tap with you all for a minute. Today, we're going to do some tapping. How you loving, Darla? Hey, Danielle. How you loving? Are y'all hearing and seeing me A-okay? Let's make sure that you all are seeing me and hearing me A-okay. Before we begin, we'll start with a prayer. We are on day 37 of 40 Money Secrets, taken from the book of Proverbs, all about wealth consciousness. 40 days to wealth consciousness. And I'm so happy you stuck it out. Like, it's hard when you get down to like, after day 25, you got to really dig in and recommit. If you're in any 40-day process, day 25 is the problem day. Because day 25 is like the fucking day. It's like, I did this much. I'm out. It is very easy to dishonor commitments. It's very easy to do that. I've done it a million times. Easy as pie. It is very challenging to simply honor commitments. Why? Not because it's inherently hard, it's because the mind is in the way. The mind is in the way. So when we come down to the home stretch, I am so proud of every one of you who lasted through the whole 40 days and you're consistent. And because of your consistency, you ought to see results. And you ought to expect manifestations of wealth, abundance, riches, and prosperity. You ought to expect miracles, money deposited into your bank account, ideas, things that happened like yesterday, and all throughout these 40 days, the most amazing, magical things have been happening. Why? Because we're in a shared process with an intention. Let me know that the sound and the video is A-okay. Family, let me know in the chat. Let's make sure before we go any further. I want to be sure before we go any further. Let's make sure. In the meantime, just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. It's A-okay. Let me know in the chat that we are good to go. Hey! We can hear you and see you. All right, Teresa. Thank you. All good. Okay, yes. I'm proud of myself for sticking with this. Oh my goodness. Dream Seeker. I have to put that up on the screen. Absolutely. I'm proud of myself for sticking with this. This is probably one of the biggest keys to success. Can we stick with something? Can we continue? Can we go through a little resistance to get the reward and the prize? Can you get the prize? Shauna, thank you for letting me know all is well. Let's see Linda's comment. You're so believable because your life's experiences. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you so much, Linda. I am so grateful. Linda, it is this wild, fun, amazing life I get to live, and I get to share it. All kinds of wild synchronicities happen all the time, and we get to honor it. We get to honor this as life expressing as each of us and through us. Let's pray. Deep breath. Let's get into the bliss, the euphoria, the Come on, let's do it together. Deep breath. Deep breath. When you exhale, expand and drop your shoulders. Deep breath in. Expand and drop your shoulders. A deep breath in. And when you exhale with an expand and drop your shoulders. Deep breath in. Life, the one, the all, the deathless, the timeless, the birthless, the endless, the infinite, in whom we live and breathe and move and have our very existence and being. Life, which is taking care of all and healing all and expanding all and reminding all that we too are of life. We pray and know that we have already received all we require to create all we desire. We've already received our desires in potential form. And now we joyously create from potential into form. We give thanks for this creative ability. We give thanks. And we call blessings forth for everyone who's here, everyone who has ever been here, everyone who is here now, everyone who is yet to be here. Hallelujah. Thy will be done. Amen. Ashe. Let's begin today with some tapping. So here's our scripture for today. It's Proverbs chapter 31. We are in the home stretch, the end. We're coming down to the 40th day on Friday. Today is 37. And this is from Proverbs 31, 17 to 19. Let's read it, and then we're going to tap on it. Here's our secret for today, our money and wealth secret for today. You're on TV. All good. You're on YouTube. You're famous. All right. Let's begin. Proverbs chapter 31, 17, 18, 19. Here we go. She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her tasks. 18. She sees that her trading is profitable and her lamp does not go out at night. 19. In her hand, she holds the distaff and grasps the spindle, pardon me, with her fingers. What is this speaking to? This is speaking to, hey, Danielle, how you loving, how you loving? This is what we're speaking to today. Industry. Put it in the chat. One word is today's secret. Industry. Industry. By the time we finish, we are going to have a master's degree in industry. Put it in the chat. Industry. And I will tell you exactly where people lost their industry. If you're not industrious, if your arms are not strong, and you're not working vigorously, and you're not about your task, I'm going to tell you why today. There's a very simple reason. It's in consciousness. It's a very simple reason. Now, before we go deeper into industry, we're going to tap for wealth, because I've been hearing the intuitive voice about tapping for wealth. So let's look at the tapping points and breathe and center in your being. And the first tapping point is karate chop. It's right here. Karate chop. This is karate chop. Karate chop. The karate chop point, tapping, first of all, before we go deeper into tapping, yes, Shauna, industry. Yes, Joaja, industry. Dream Sinker, industry. Mrs. Olara, yes, industry. So before we go deeper, karate chop point, third eye. This is right here. Third eye. Third eye, the brow. We all know the third eye. That's one point. So we end with karate chop, or you can begin with karate chop. Third eye. Tap, 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 tap. Just test them out before we run through. Just test them out. Third eye. Okay. Side of eye. Side of eye. Side of eye. Under eye. Under eye. Under eye. You should start feeling the energy moving. Under nose. Right here. Chin. Right here. Neck. You should feel it right here on these bones, right here. Should feel it right there. Ooh, yeah. Feel the energy move. Tap it, tap it, tap it. And don't be hard on yourself. Simply tap, not too lightly that you don't feel anything, and not too hard that you're knocking yourself out and bruising yourself. Just tap enough to feel the energy move. You should start, if you pause, you should start to feel the energy moving through your hands, moving through your whole head, moving. You ought to feel that you woke something up. Underarm. Heart. This heart one is powerful. Heart. Heart. Top of head. And sometimes you can do this, or since I'm not going to mash down on my hair today, I'm just going to go like this. Wake it up. Breathing. Now palms up and palms in your lap, and see how you feel. Is the energy moving? Yeah, you did it well. So now we're going to tap for wealth. And then we're going to dive into industry. Make sure to share, smash that like button, baby. Smash up the likes. Very important to YouTube. The AIs, the bots rove around to see what's good stuff. Tell them this is good stuff. Tell them this is life-saving stuff, okay? And be sure to share and subscribe and ring the bell. Now we'll begin with a release statement. The release statement is very important. We tap through the release statement. Why are we doing a release statement? Because you have to get the old stuff out of the way, and then we're going to put some new stuff in, okay? Actually, it's not like you're putting new stuff in. You get the old stuff out of the way, which can reveal the diamond within. Let's begin. Even though, karate chop, even though, just repeat after me, even though, brown, I don't always have the money I desire. Side of I totally love under eye and accept myself. Under nose, I love chin and accept myself. Neck, I totally love underarm and accept myself. Go at your own pace. You can feel your cadence. If this is too fast or slow, go at your own pace. I completely and accept myself. Top of head, I completely love and accept myself. Yes, breathe. You want to feel the energy really circulating now through the meridians? Let's go further. This is our wealth. I am completely open, karate chop. I'm completely open to all manner of wealth, third eye, to all manner of wealth, side of eye, coming to me in the most wonderful ways. Under eye, I am completely open, under nose, to all prosperity. Chin unfolding for me in the most wonderful, miraculous ways. Feel good? Oh yes, I'm completely open, neck, to all the wonderful manifestations of wealth and prosperity. Underarm, oh, the wealth and prosperity. So wonderful. So wonderful. It does so many wonderful things in my life. Heart, oh, I'm sharing so much this wealth and prosperity. It's miraculous. It's blissful. Oh, it's wonderful. Oh, so thankful. So very thankful. Top of head, oh, I give thanks for all of the wonderful ways wealth and prosperity and abundance and riches shows up in my life. It's beautiful. Wow, I'm blessed. And breathe. You ought to feel the energy pulsing. Feel expanded. See, feel, know yourself as being elaborately, opulently, wealthy, prosperous, happy, blissful, and thankful. Let's tap on these now. Karate chop. Oh, I'm fabulously wealthy, prosperous, happy, blissful, peaceful, proud. Oh, fabulously wealthy, prosperous, happy, healthy, blissful, side of eye. Oh, so thankful to be prosperously, lavishly happy, wealthy, blissful, under eye. Oh, giving thanks for this wealth, this bliss, this happiness. Oh, even more prosperity coming my way right now. Chin. Oh, so thankful. So happy. Look down with your eyes closed. If it's safe to close your eyes, look down to your heart. Oh, feel the bliss. So blissful. Oh, this is wonderful. Oh, it's lavishly luscious to be so wealthy. Oh, it's blissful to be blessed with this much wealth, abundance. Oh, I'm so thankful. Underarm, oh, this is bliss and beauty beyond imagination. I never knew how good it would feel to be this wealthy, this blessed. Such a blessing to myself. This is such a blessing to myself and others. Wow, I'm blessed to be a blessing. Heart, oh, this is lovely. Oh, my heart is open. Oh, I'm so thankful. Oh, what a blessing to be wealthy in every imaginable way, prosperous, blissfully abundant. Oh, what a blessing. Oh, this is divine. Yes, this is what my life is supposed to be. Ah, top of head. Oh, yes. Oh, thankful I am the spirit. Oh, I am so blessed. Oh, this is living. Hallelujah. Amen. And pause. Ooh. Scan your energetic body. Ooh. Feel the energy. See yourself as not a body, simply a bright golden ball of light. You're a great golden ball of light and energy. You are not a body. You have a body. You are not a body. You have a body. Tell yourself, I am not a body. I have a body. I am source. Breathe. Breathe. When you're ready, look down first and slowly open your eyes. Raise your gaze. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Be ever so kind and wonderful to yourself. How was that? My hair is a little mashed. I don't mind because I like tapping. I love it. Ah, Lawrence. Yay, you're tapping. Let's see what Lauren says. Lauren says, my mother introduced me to tapping years ago. She does lots of witch things, but looks at me like I'm the weird one. Welcome to the club. I get that too. Today, let's talk about industry. Industry is our secret number 37. It was great. Don't you feel good? Alfonso, how you loving? Oh my God, how you loving? Hey family, did y'all get the newest book? It's called No Excuses Manifesto. Get rid of the excuses. Did you get it? If you didn't get it, that's the latest gift to the Love Tubers and to the channel members. Actually, it's channel members only, not Love Tubers. Love Tubers, I love you. Channel members, I love you. I love everyone. The channel members invest only $4.99 every single month in the channel because they're just so kind and beautiful. Members, you're just so kind and amazing and beautiful. And so I feel happy to give to you creations. So thank you for supporting the channel and the creations from this channel. Love it, love it, love it. All right, that was great. You feel really good. Now, let's talk about industry. Industry is our 37th money secret. If you notice, there's been a theme. And the theme that has been through everything Solomon has been telling us is, first of all, there's a few themes. Wisdom. We've got to be wise about how this thing works. And how is wisdom procured? Wisdom is procured by doing. No one ever read a book and became wise. So I'm working on this book right here, and it'll be out soon, and it'll have the secrets in it that we talked about, right? No one ever read a book. Okay, I'm good. And you're wise. That's not how wisdom works. That's not how wisdom is procured. Wisdom is procured by gaining knowledge and taking action and assessing the result. I'll say that again. Wisdom is procured by receiving some knowledge, how to buy Bitcoin. Now, you're not wise in how to buy Bitcoin just because you read a book about how to buy Bitcoin and watched 10 Bitcoin videos. You don't have wisdom, yet you have knowledge. Now, what do we do with the knowledge? We apply the knowledge to get a discernible and ascertainable result. So the knowledge is, okay, I need to go and open a wallet, and I need to do this and this and this and this, and I need to buy some cold storage device. Now, this past Sunday on our live show on Clubhouse, which we're on Clubhouse every day, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And we're also on Clubhouse on Sundays at 12 noon, Bitcoin for Spiritual People. This is your wealth show, live show, right? We talked about cold storage. So let's say you listen to that recording. The recording is going to be up on the website, on the blog. I have a Bitcoin and Spirituality blog. It's a wealth and spirituality blog because I love that. And that's at valerielove.com. So the recordings go there, and this was episode 6. So there are 5 episode recordings there. Now the recordings are only $9.99. Invest in yourself. Yay! Now, let's say you got that training, and you followed all the steps. I gave very specific steps. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And let's say you wrote all the steps down. You now have knowledge. Now the knowledge puts you better off than before you had the knowledge, of course, right? Because before, we just didn't know what to do. We were at a loss, perhaps we were ignorant, perhaps we were confused, we heard a lot of different information, a lot of different things, and it might have been overload, or maybe there were missing pieces of information. So now you acquire the knowledge. What are you going to do with the knowledge? I pray. You apply all the things we're talking about during these 40 days. I'm putting it to action. So you must take the knowledge, apply it to what you are creating. If you're creating wealth, you must now take that knowledge, actually go to the website, buy the device, buy it in the manner I tell you, step yourself through putting some money on there, then step yourself through buying the Bitcoin, then step yourself, you've got to actually take the steps. Now, once you take the steps, you have a measure of what we call wisdom. Because now you're like, oh, I see that when I did this, this happened. And when I see this, this happened. And when I did this part, this happened. Now you may have new questions because you're now on a higher octave. You took action. And likely, there are now new questions that have surfaced for you based on the action you just took, because now you have a greater degree of awareness. You have some wisdom. You keep doing that. Then you were, first of all, on level 0, right? Hey, I have to get a beautiful bell from Mexico. I haven't found one yet. Don't worry, it's in this idea sphere. It's coming to me. So money in the vortex. So you keep iterating this. So you are on level 0. Let's say don't know about Bitcoin, don't know how to buy a wallet. You watch the videos, you got some knowledge. Now you took action. Now you're on level 1. You have some Bitcoin, you have a wallet. The wisdom now prompted you to ask some more questions. Well, how can I now move money between wallets? And now you go and you get that information. And as you continue that iteration over and over and over again, knowledge, application, the result. That's wisdom. That's wisdom. That's what you want to seek. Why do most people not become wise in money, or in the things that they desire. Because in between the knowledge and the wisdom is a mountain. It seems like it's only one step, it's a mountain. What is the mountain? Overcoming your fear enough to actually do the thing. That's where all coaching is. There's no coaching to tell you how to do something. It's too easy. We live in the information age. You can find out how to do any damn thing. How to perform heart surgery. I'll bet you can pull it up on YouTube. Here's how to perform heart surgery, but I don't think you're going to watch 50 videos and then go and do a heart surgery. I don't think you're going to do that. How to garden. 50 videos about how to garden, but you don't have plant the first in the ground. How to buy Bitcoin. Billion videos about how to buy Bitcoin, but you still don't have a wallet. You still have your money in fiat. Big, all these videos, how to write books, but you still don't have your book. Your problem is not information. Your problem is probably you have too much information. Here's your problem. Or I don't like to say problems. Here's the issue. The issue is that I don't care how much information you consume. None of that information, people keep thinking information is going to do something for them. If that was the case, then the information age would have produced all manner of successful, highly successful people all over the world. In the information age, we are in the information age, 20 years into the information age, perhaps more, and you see no more successful people than what you've seen 20 years ago. Why? Because information is not it. We keep searching and looking for the next video, looking for the next video. That's when I want something, like right now I'm on this YouTube Shorts thing, like I'm obsessed with it. So I'm watching all these videos on YouTube Shorts. But if I never actually took the action, the imperfect action of creating probably some crappy YouTube Shorts, you can't get to the wisdom of creating brilliant YouTube Shorts. Because see, the action mountain is between knowledge and wisdom. That's why people don't become wise. It's not because they don't want to. It's not because there's not a deep desire to have wisdom in these things. Wisdom comes from doing. If you ain't doing jack, you don't get wisdom. How do we? What about this big mountain? What is about this big mountain, KAISI? Does anybody know about this big mountain that's in between? You got all this knowledge, but you still didn't pull the trigger. You still did not do it. Family, does anyone know what I'm talking about with regard to the big mountain that you must overcome to get the thing done? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Hopefully, because that sure is me and many different, anything that I want to do. Like right now, I'm redoing the whole YouTube channel. It seems like a mountain. Oh God. You know, even thinking about, and guess what, family? I probably have maybe 800 videos visible. I probably have another 700 videos that people have never seen, or another 300 videos that people have never seen. They're in the vault. I have 85 videos alone from when I used to be on Periscope every single day. Ujo watch that knows what I'm talking about. Key knows what I'm talking about. I have 85 videos on a playlist that came over, and probably more videos than that came over from when I used to be on Periscope. And guess what? The orientation was 9:16, not 16:9. So I never published all of that because it looked crap on YouTube before. And now we have YouTube Shorts. So now all I'm doing, it's like the perfect storm. And so now all I'm doing is editing those into YouTube Shorts. And it seems like a mountain. God, some of those videos are like 45 minutes. And you mean you gotta go through and get like the 1 minute PowerPoints. So you gotta snip, boil the thing down. You might get 21 minute power snips out of a 45, 60 minute video. And you're talking about, I got, I don't know, 100, 200 of them. I got a lot. Yay. At least I know what and guess what? If I do one a day, I'll be done in 90 days, right? You got about 100 Periscope videos. Exactly. Because they look like crap on YouTube, and you would just look like a total amateur if you had If you didn't have this 16:9 certain look, oh my God. Linda, oh, you stuck. Linda, put some yes, it seems like, let me see, dream seeker. Yes, it seems like 50% of success in life is just showing up to do the work. That is it. And I mean, show up, 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 show up. Year one, show up, show up, show up, show up. Year two, show up, show up, show up, show up. Year three, show up, show up. Year 10, show up, show up. You probably won't get a huge breakthrough to like global till 15, 20 years in. Probably. Now you will become very good and very proficient probably in a year or two. How many people, if you think about it, the average YouTuber, let's just take YouTube as an example since we're talking about videos. The average YouTuber posts one, if you started from zero today, and you posted one video a week, it would probably be 2 years before your YouTube channel took off. That's 100 freaking videos. And some YouTube coaches tell you, don't even talk to them until you have 150 videos up. 150 videos, if I do one video a week, how long is that going to be? 3 years. If you do one video a week. You don't even have the right to ask for followers until you have like, I don't know, 100, 150. Because we don't know if you're going to keep showing up. How many abandoned YouTube channels are there? How many YouTube channels are there with 1 video, 10 videos, 2 videos? They just never came back. Oh, this is too hard. Okay. Then don't expect to have success in that endeavor. Don't expect to reach people. Don't expect to get any rewards. I have to tell you something. YouTube has probably bought me millions by now. Now, if you look at my YouTube analytics, there's no way YouTube paid me millions of dollars. They haven't. YouTube has paid me plenty of money, but it's not millions. What I have made from having YouTube videos here consistently for damn over a decade, and by the time it gets to 15 or 20 years, forget about it. Like all my work on the planet would not be where it is now had it not been for YouTube. Would not be. And I'm not saying that YouTube is responsible for it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that God put me in the place that I was supposed to be so that I could shine. And so that then it was up to me to show up and to keep showing up and show up whether I feel like it or not. Show up if it's going good or not. Show up if people like it or not. Show up because every time you show up, you're learning. See, you're getting wisdom. You're getting wisdom. All right. Being intentional and consistent. Oh my God. Danielle, this is so powerful what you're talking about, Danielle. This is so powerful because we just don't show up to the level that we're asking for. We might show up to, but we're asking for 200. Not gonna work. Linda, did you put your comments also in the course? We're talking about Your Book in 30 Minutes course, the amazing course by Taya Bell. Did you put your comments in the course? Because there's a discussion for everyone who's on the course. There's a discussion in there, and Taya Bell will absolutely take care of you, okay? Now, the mountain in between the knowledge and the wisdom. How do we get over this mountain? Why is it that people have this mountain, first of all? They have the mountain because we're too afraid. That's the bottom line of it. We are afraid. And so how does our fear show up? Resistance. So here's the knowledge, but we didn't do it, and here's the wisdom. Well, we can't get to the wisdom unless we somehow scale this mountain of resistance. I don't feel like it. Oh, what's in the fridge? Oh, what's on Netflix? That was me, neat freak, always clean up. Oh, let me sweep the floor one more time for the 50th time. You see, we're trying to escape doing the big, hard, scary stuff. And what we're saying here is there's no way to experience the success you desire and the manifestations you know you can create without doing the big, scary stuff. There's no way around it. So, okay, let's see, Danielle. This is what I've been working on for myself lately, being intentional and consistent within. That is it. Oh my goodness. It's so, it's critical. And when I say critical, you cannot have success without it. Okay, so you have this big mountain. We understand that the big mountain is fear. That's the only thing it is. Just tell yourself that this is only fear. It's not my computer breaking down. It's not I lost the manuscript. It's not I was typing and then all of a sudden everything disappeared. It's not a malfunction of any kind. Tell yourself all outward expressions of things that look like they're not working for me as I go to do this thing is simply a manifestation of my fear. All people outside of me that seem to speak against what I'm doing, don't like it, haters, all of these are simply voices that are mouths that are voicing what is inside my mind, the fear that lives inside my mind. Everything is your mind. Yay! It's good to know everything is in your mind. Why? Because you have command and dominion over your mind. You can change your mind at any moment. Right now you can change your mind. Like that. And you've done it a million times before. Let's talk about industry. So we understand this big mountain is in the way. It's resistance. I got to just be aware of it, that all of this is not people trying to get me, not computers blowing up, not the electric, not this, not that. I have blamed it on a million things, and yet it is still only my resistance. That's the only thing that's really going on here that's keeping me from climbing my mountain, scaling my mountain, and getting the win. Okay. Well, how does industry play into this? Industry. Let's go to Erickson's. This is a tool that you will love. Put this in the chat. Erickson's age stages of development. Now, I think therapists learn about this, I'm pretty sure. And we learned about it also when we were in school for spiritual life coaching. Look up Erickson. Erickson, E-R-I-K, last name, E-R-I-K-S-O-N, Erickson. He is a German-American developmental psychologist and psychoanalyst known for his theory on psychological development of human beings. So he came up with a map of consciousness development as a human being, okay? All right, now, let's look. Erickson. Age, just put this in age stages. Now, this is what Erickson shows you, and I'll show you the little chart. It's a little chart. Okay? It's very simple to read, though, even though it looks a little complex. Here is the simple, it's very simple. What he put forth as a hypothesis or as a postulate is that every human being goes through stages of development. And at each stage, there is something that you must resolve, that you must handle in your consciousness so that when you become an adult, you are a full, whole, healthy, happy, highly functioning adult. One of the, and this by itself is huge because most of us got pretty well beat up in our childhood. So if during your childhood you were supposed to be learning love and you had two abusers or one abuser and one alcoholic, you got a problem, or one abandonment person and one, most of us had some pretty hairy childhoods, right? Well, here is where industry is born in your consciousness from the age of 6 to 12. Now think back of your life, 6 to 12. When was I 6 to 12? You were going to first grade. You were probably being separated from your mother for the very first time. Like, I don't want to go to school. How many kids are kicking and screaming? They have their backpack and they see their brothers and sisters going to school. But when you turned 6 and it was time for you to go to school, you were like, oh yeah, I'm going to go to school. Then you got there and you saw that you were away from your mother all day and that this lady was talking to you or some person was talking to you. You don't know who this person is and nothing looked familiar. And then they gave you food and then take a nap and then just the whole thing is just bizarre because you used to be at home with mom all day and doing whatever mom did. Yay! And now you're in this whole new world. Maybe you love it, but maybe you didn't. And so 6 to 12 are your elementary school years. Now, depending on how your elementary school years went, will depend. Did you develop industry or did you foster inferiority? Ooh. Spirit. You see, because your mind is working out these things as you're growing up. You're a little kid and you're working out things about the world. Now, the very first thing that I tell you I did not pass was 0 to 12 or 18 months. What's the thing that you're resolving? Mistrust versus trust. Can I trust the world? Hell to the no. Most of us got our trust issues when we were like 6 months old. You were screaming in your crib. Nobody answered. And there was no bottle, and you were like, listen, I'm not trusting this world. You didn't say that with English or whatever language you speak. It was energetic. It was like, I'm left, I'm abandoned. You know how babies do. And you ever see babies when they're screaming, isn't this deep? Would you watch this stuff? When I learned all this stuff, I was like, well, damn, that perfectly explains a whole lot. It explained a lot. You ever see babies when they're screaming and then when they really get into a fit and then they stiffen out like a board? Like, it's not funny, but babies are just amazing beings, just amazing. And you ever see them when they're screaming and sometimes when babies get to, and they're turning red and they're like they're going ballistic. You know when babies go like ballistic, like babies have tears. If you don't catch them at a lower tier, they're just gonna amp it up, baby. Oh man, that thing is gonna be unbearable. Okay. Well, and the pitch of a baby's voice is at a sound that we can't take it as humans, and God designed the sound waves that way, so it would irritate us so much that we would have to rush to this little tiny, helpless, vulnerable being and wrap it up or feed it or do whatever to turn the noise spigot off. The noise is just like, you ever see parents that have a colicky baby or something like that? They're just looking like this, and they're traumatized, and the baby's sitting there like this. But if that baby goes, you can tell when they get started. It's like, uh-oh. The parents get into super hype mode because, man, babies hold us hostage. If they go off, you got a situation on your hands. And when you don't know why they're crying and they're just going in, it is, you can't think of anything else. You cannot do anything else. You can't function, right? So what was happening when the baby was going crazy, stiffening up like a board? Something was happening. The energetic system of that baby was telling it, this is not a safe world. That's why most of us have trust issues. This is not a safe world. I'm not safe. My needs are not met. I have to scream and yell to get some kind of result. And you're still doing that now as an adult. I heard someone say the other day that it seems like the only time, I heard this from 2 different people, which is my thought as well. Well, the only time you listen is when I amp it up. That's where that belief came from, because that's not true. We can simply speak to people in love and receive a result. We don't have to take it to Mont 10 Heroin Fire to get a result. You don't have to do that. It's not required. Yeah, that's what got in the energetic system. Then we move out with tapping and all these things. Things can come to you in the most wonderful ways. You don't have to cry for it. Things can come to you beautifully and blissfully. You don't have to throw a tantrum. How many people throw tantrums? They're grown and they still throwing tantrums because that's how they are wired. And until we come into deep awareness, like, oh, wait a minute, that's a tantrum. I'm acting the same way I was acting when I was 6 months old in the crib, when mom didn't come fast enough. Oh, maybe I don't trust life to take care of me. Oh, maybe I'm doing too much. And then you put those things aside. It's not making for a very happy life. Okay? All right. I don't even like hearing strangers' babies cry. I know, right? And you're on a plane. Oh man, if a baby's crying, there's no one sleep on the plane. Everybody's like, oh Lord. Like everybody on the plane now becomes the parents of that baby, and you feel so bad for the parents because the parents are just trying everything. The baby's like, wah! I mean, the baby's going on. I have sat on so many planes, and before we got on the plane, the baby was so sweet. The second we got on the plane and got ready, and they went like that for an hour, 2 hours, man. Babies they got persistence. They got perseverance, baby. Oh my God. All the time and expect their kids to act differently, right? The test, oh my God. Yep, the last time I was on a plane, a baby was crying so hard. That is it. That is it. Oh, child, that's like, it gets like in your, you can't sleep, you can't do anything. Well, we won't go into the trust issues because today what we're looking at, the secret that we're looking at for today to decoding is how am I going to be a master of industry? See, that's why people love the Proverbs 31 woman, because she's a master of industry. This woman is smart. She's making moves. She's buying land, planting vineyards. We talked about her yesterday. And today we're talking about she's an industry. She's not a workaholic. It's two different things. Workaholics have no balance. Workaholics have probably not a lot of happiness. Let's face it, not a lot of fulfillment, because no one can work all the time and be happy. It's not how we are as humans. We require variety and we require love. You require more than just work. Even though workaholics will tell you all they need is their work. That's not true. Well, in the latency stage, which is age 6 to 12, is when you either developed industry or, like I said, inferiority. In your 6 to 12, I'm going to say this again. We've got to really get this, and we've got to share it, and we've got to teach people, bring people to this part of the video. When you were 6 to 12, in your latency stage, you either developed industry or you harbored inferiority. You either went up, like, yeah, I can do it, or you went down, I can't do it, and you're still operating like that to this day. Oh. Is that profound? Is that profound? Either you're industrious or you're inferior. You never met a person that was industrious that felt like they were inferior, or you never met an inferior person, a person who inherently feels like they're inferior. You've never seen them accomplish a whole lot. You just never seen it. These two don't go together. They're on a seesaw. If the industry is up, the inferiority is low, baby. Why? Because when you do things, you get a result. And you feel as if you are part of life. You feel productive to life. You feel that you're giving to life and you're receiving from life. There's a yes to that, and you feel worthwhile. Not that you have to do things to feel worthwhile, because you don't. What it's saying is, well, yeah, I have something of value to bring to life. Yeah, I'm giving to life. Yes, you have to have that sense that you're bringing something to life, that you're creating something useful, that you're adding to humanity, that you're expressing your potential. You have to do that to be happy. Or You're in an inferiority complex. What I do doesn't really matter. I don't really want to be seen. I don't know if what I'm doing is really worth it. I can't do that. I keep trying, but it doesn't work. Wow, it's not as good as them over there. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? All right, let's talk. Oh, thank you, my radiant face. Mwah. Thank you, my radiant face. That's a beautiful comment. Oh, Danielle. Right, but imagine how that baby feels on a big, loud, scary machine. Yep, and air pressure on their tiny ears. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. Yeah, so family, look at all we get to do. This is the beauty of this whole spirituality thing. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful because you can look at yourself and change it any second. Like at any second, you can come home to the truth. You can say, oh, I was inferior. I'm not going to do that anymore. And you can change it like that. Not even requiring time. Oh, you can change it in the now. Yes. Yes. Here's how you can tell if you got industry or if you're dealing with inferiority. Well, you probably can tell just by hearing this message. But here's how you can really tell. How much stuff do you go out and do? If you don't go out and do a lot of things, you're probably operating from a deep core belief in inferiority. Because inferiority people wouldn't go out and do things because they don't think they can do it. They wouldn't go out and attempt many things because it's just not going to ever take them. They're never going to be good enough. Whereas people with industry, these are the Elon Musk of the world. We can go to Mars. Guess what? I don't know if Elon Musk is going to get us to Mars or not. Does it really matter? This man is visionary. Now, whether you like him or don't like him doesn't matter. He's not coming from a place of inferiority. You can tell the people that are not coming from a place of inferiority. You can tell the people that are coming from a place of industry. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go out and do that. And I'm going to conquer Mars. And then we're going to do that. And then we're going to go over there and we're going to do that. Trump operates from industry. He doesn't operate from inferiority. And there are a lot of people, whether you like Trump or not like Trump, this is not a conversation about whether you like Trump or you like Elon Musk. We're looking at energy and we're looking at principles. That's all. So take all the other stuff off of it. In industry, if you look at Martin Luther King, every hero operates from industry. Martin Luther King didn't sit down and say, well, yeah, it's a lot of bad things happening in Black people's lives, but I'm not really the one to do anything about that. I'm just a pastor. I'm not a politician. I don't know anything about White House. I don't know how to write laws. I'm just from the South. I'm just a guy. He didn't say that. He said, I can change that. You see, that's the energy of industry. Industry says, oh, I can do that. It's not pride. It's not haughty. It's not arrogant. It's the acknowledgement of who you are. You're God. And I'm going to go do that. And you got a divine idea or you got some idea. And you're going to make a car that's electric. And you didn't even invent it. You see, a lot of people that have industry, that operate from industry, they get, especially in the business world, they get a lot of flack. The Proverbs woman was operating from industry. She was not operating from inferiority. People who operate from industry get a lot of flack because most of the world is operating from inferiority. So the inferiority people are looking at the industry people and thinking, that silent, what's the word, spirit? Silent, harboring an inner grudge. Thank you, Spirit. Harboring an inner grudge against people that are operating in industry and getting the good results from. You can't operate in industry and not get results. You're going to get some kind of results. It's not like you win every single time. There's no such thing as that. You're going to get some results. It's probably going to be prosperous results. And then you're going to express more industry. And then you're probably going to get more results. While the inferior people are thinking, is this video good enough? And they languish and perfect one video for 10 years. I don't have no perfect videos. I think if you watch this channel, look, I'm gonna give you the message. It could be dark, it could be light, it could be beautiful. I can have makeup on, not makeup on, hair together, cap, do-rag, in the middle of the desert, on the beach. I don't fucking care. Yes, I do desire to have excellence in presentation, excellence in video quality, excellence in all these things, excellence in audio quality. But some people substitute all that stuff for the real deal. You're always going to get the real deal on this channel. Why? Because the message is the important thing, not the window dressing. The message. Right, family? So what is the message? So I don't feel inferior about any of that stuff. I feel like I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna travel. I'm gonna, because God said so. God said the earth is the whole earth is God's and the fullness thereof. It's all God's. So if it's God's, doesn't that mean it's yours? Because you and God are one. Doesn't that mean in my Father's house there are many mansions? You see me staying in many of them. I'm going to discover a whole bunch more when I go to those castles in Scotland. I'll tell you one thing. It's like, ooh, Scottish castles. Industry. That's our word for the day. Industry. Yay! Welcome, new member. You're going to get some gifts and books from me. You'll see the links in there. Industry. All right, let's hear this message. This comment. Needed to hear this today. I've been making writing my book more difficult than it needs to be just to get distracted for a moment and keep writing. 7,300 plus words now. 1,000 more to write today. Wow! Yay! 7,300 words. That's a lot of freaking words, baby. You are on it. Alethea, you're on it. Keep going. Keep going. It took me 10 years. Y'all know it took me 10 years to write and publish my first book. Now I can publish a book in 48 hours. You can publish books in 30 minutes. Don't make it hard for yourself. Don't make it hard for yourself, family. Everyone, don't make it hard for yourself. Nothing is not learnable. There's nothing that's not learnable. You can learn it. You may have to develop a couple of skills. You may have to do a little bit more. You may have to look at the thing over and over and over again. Everything is learnable if you want to learn it. I can learn YouTube shorts and I can make masterpieces of YouTube shorts. How? By making a bunch of cruddy ones, because you have to keep practicing. You have to keep doing it. You have to keep doing it. You have to keep doing it. And then you perfect it. Isn't that like taking on new things? I can do that with industry. And don't secretly scorn people who are operating for industry if you hear your inferiority. And I'm not saying that people who have industry have no inferiority. That's probably not the case. It's probably that their inferiority may be at 5 and their industry is at 95. Or their inferiority is at 10 and their industry is at 90. I have inferior thoughts. Oh, fuck them. I'm doing it. That's what you tell inferior thoughts. That's all. All right. I think we have completed for the day. Linda, you did it? Woo! Did you get some support from Ujo Wajada? So you got some support in the chat. Yay! Family, we're here to help and support each other. Get the job done. No one says it has to be perfect. No one says your industry has to look like a masterpiece. Get it done. I love you. I will see you tomorrow on Witchy Wednesday. Mwah. Peace, guys. Yeah, ValerieLove.com. Love you, new members. Welcome.